Hello, so here is a quick example of factoring using the greatest common factor. So here is an example, 14x squared y to the fourth plus 21x to the fifth y to the fifth minus 7xy squared. So when we look for the GCF, we start by looking at the numbers, the coefficients in front of all of the variables. The greatest common factor of 14, 21, and 7 would be 7. The number 7 goes into all three of these numbers. And that's the most that you can pull out, or the most that you can divide out, because I couldn't pull out a 14 because then what would I do with that 7? So the 7 is the biggest number that they all have in common. Looking at my x's, I can pull out an x to the first. The trick is to take the smallest exponent of all the x's, which is the invisible one on that last term. That's what they have in common the most, okay? So then for the y's, I can take out a y to the second. The trick is the smallest exponent. All of these y's have at least a y to the second within them. That is my GCF, and now to factor, I divide out the GCF. So starting with the first term, 14 divided by 7 is 2. I pulled out one x, but I have another left over. I pulled out two y's, so I have 2 left over. Moving on to the second part, 21 divided by 7 is 3. I have 4 x's left over, and I have 3 y's left over. Okay. And then finally, minus 7 divided by 7 is 1. I already took out an x. I already took out a y squared, so I'm not left with anything here, but I do need to put that 1. Okay, we call that a placeholder. You're not allowed just to completely lose a term. So this started as a trinomial, and the leftovers should have a trinomial as well, and that's my answer. This is factoring using GCF.